On behalf of Caregiver Heroes, I'm honored to be able to address you today on the topic of walking the talk. By way of introduction, my name is Michael Klein. I've been the Chief Medical Officer for Custom Learning Systems for the past 3 years. And prior to that, practiced clinical medicine for over 35 years and have held multiple leadership positions in several healthcare organizations. I believe that leadership is always important, but it is critically so during a crisis. What is leadership? Is it a title? Is it a role? What actually makes someone a leader? It is my hope that in your organization, those that have risen to upper level positions did so because they've demonstrated leadership qualities. This unfortunately is not always the case, but as I have had the opportunity to visit healthcare and non-healthcare organizations throughout the world, in our country, I have found leaders in the most unexpected places. I found unit clerks, admission specialists, nurses, doctors, and many others that were seen as leaders by those that worked with them. In my view, leaders are those that are calm in the eye of the storm, do what needs to be done, even if it is not in the job description, treats everyone around them as if they are important to the organization and those individuals are important to those that are acting as leaders. They command respect, not because of the titles, but because of their values and actions. That being said, when someone with titular power, for example, the president of a hospital, demonstrates these leadership characteristics and qualities, their organizations almost universally have cultures that thrive and are capable of handling adversity and crises. So I'm going to share an experience I had with the president of one of the hospitals I was affiliated with over 25 years ago. The event I will be sharing is not and was not earth-shattering, and it was not during a global event, but it was impactful. My belief is that little things are the big things. 25 years ago, I was the medical director and acting leader of an anesthesia department in a very large healthcare system. And over time, I became very friendly with the president of the hospital in that system. One day, we happened to be walking down the hall in the hospital, one of the nursing units. I was in my typical scrubs. He was, as usual, impeccably dressed, probably in a three-piece suit. As we walked down the hall, he noticed some garbage sitting against the wall on the floor. Now, again, in spite of his dress and everything, he walked over and went to pick up that garbage. And when he did so, it was typical hospital garbage. It was wet and it was disgusting. He picked it up, threw it in a local close-by garbage pail, and then went over to the unit clerk who was sitting there, as well as a bunch of nurses, and asked them where the utility closet was. They pointed out to him. He went over to that closet, took out a mop, mopped up the area, and then dried up the area where the dirt was, put it away, put the equipment away, the mop in the bucket, washed his hands, and then we continued to walk down the hall. Now, this was close to 25 years ago, and I still remember it. Can you picture what it meant to those people sitting at that desk, the unit clerk and nurses there, seeing the president of the hospital going and cleaning up garbage, not reprimanding anybody, just going and doing the job that needed to be done? Like I said, little things are big things, and that's what influences a culture. That being said, my recommendation to all, especially those in upper level management and in the C-suite, is to always walk the talk, especially during difficult times. And I'm going to give you 4 relatively quick bullets recommendations that I find useful. Do not disappear into your offices or into meetings all day long. Try to spend times on your front lines. When you're on the front lines, ask your people if there's anything that you can do or that they need to facilitate their work and their lives. Find opportunities to commend and thank the people for the work they're doing and all their efforts. And lastly, I know that we have many, many formal programs. I think leadership rounding is great, but more impactful is doing the things that are outside of those formal meetings and do things that are outside your job description to help your people. Thank you very much for all you do. Be safe, and my best wishes to all of you.